Shalom, shalom.
Yep. All right, we live.
So yeah, just going into Gentile salvation. The Gentiles proving that they're Israelites and not doing that. All right, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. A double honors to apostles and elders, the great millstone, who rule and teach well. All right, peace, blessings, salutations to hopefully like Akim, pushing this word with truth and sincerity. And shalom to the elect. All right, this is the Men of Valor Las Vegas camp. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites coming back to the spirit, of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, which that's the true name of the Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. All right, and his only begotten Son. All right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, Yahweh means he to be, he exists. All right, Ba'ashem in the name of Yahushai, the deliverer, he delivers. All right, he's Savior. Okay, Ba'ashem in the name of Rakakadash, Spirit Holy, which is the Holy Spirit. All right, and we're out here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass queendom, Babylon the Great, in the scriptures, but today known as America. All right, as we're in prophetic times. All right, this devil's coming down with great wrath. All right, demons jumping on these Christians and followers of doctrines of men, to come against the truth, which it actually says that in you want to grab a Second Peter 3. In the last days there shall be scoffers, and let's start off with that. We're here to take the making a stand and claiming our stake to our heritage. That the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, all right, are the true Israelites of the Bible, God's chosen people. All right, that he chose us out of all the people of the earth, all right, and gave us the commandments through Moses, all right, sent Yahushai back to deliver us, all right, which, he crucified and died for us, all right. Salvation is for Israel and Israel alone. Brother, got it? 2 Peter 3, I believe 2.
Be mindful of the words. 2 Peter?
Yeah, in the last days there should be scoffers. Maybe you just want.
Yeah, this one is history.
Alright, yeah, bring it up.
Come. This is 2 Peter 3 and 3. It says, knowing this first, that there should come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
Right, and that in the last days, we're in the last of the last days. This is end times. We see World War III kicking off, even though youth is tarrying right now. Mm-hmm. But these peace agreements, they're on, sandy foundation. All right, you had that devil not at you, pretty much go on 60 Minutes and renege everything that Trump said, saying that they're not going to abide by
foreign policy, basically.
Right.
This devil is allowed to say foreign policy when he's helping create the policy of the United States. All right. Here it is. This bastard. All right. Doesn't keep that same energy. All right. He keeps the energy of you are the goyim. All right. You are the cattle. America is going to be sacrificed for the small hats. All right. And this is in their left-hand doctrine. Okay? But we understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it's all right-hand side. Because it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai bringing this prophecy to pass. All right? You got it.
No, you good, bro. Yeah, and as prophecy is taking place, the apostasy and the mocking, scoffing, and attempt to disprove, you know, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai's doctrine, all right, is taking place as well. All right, because these devils set themselves up as the Most High's children. Can you go to Wisdom Solomon 2 and grab that? You know, that they're trying to replace, all right, as it says in Psalms 83, that they cover the faces of the judges.
Yep.
All right, that's Slakia. That's Job 9 and 24.
Yeah,
right?
But they do it through what? Malicious intent and their acts. All right, their treaties that they have together with these other heathen nations. All right, have helped allow them to sell the lie. All right, this is why the other nations are in trouble as well. All right, because you forward the affliction of the nation of Israel and you help sell and seal the lie. All right, you signed, sealed, delivered the lie that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as the speckled birds whose father's line goes back, are not the children of Israel. All right, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is judging you and all other nations for the abomination of your wickedness. All right. And for the lies that you have told against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's people. All right? Nobody's found exempt. All right? Any heathen of any nation, even including the nation of Yasharallah. All right? No heathen or heathen mindset is exempt from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right? So if he doesn't pardon his own people, they come after a heathenistic mindset, what makes you think that you're going to get pardoned? Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to destroy, this queendom.
So that he will not acquit the wicked. All right? And, you know, for touching the apple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's eye, which is Israel, all right, there's going to be a judgment for that. All right? Now, grab that.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous.
Yeah, these are the works of Esau, Edom. All right, you got it.
Because he is not for our turn. He is clean, contrary to our doings.
Yeah. Go to Habakkuk, the second chapter, where it says that they are there's no uprightness in his ways. Brother, grab that. You got it.
He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education.
Right, because this devil, his works are reverse. As I said, clean, contrary. All right, he's the opposing side, and you have to know that these devils can't receive salvation. All right. They gave away their birthright. All right, they sold it. Hebrews, the 12th chapter. Okay, and Hebrews 12, it says that they, for a morsel of meat, Esau gave his birthright away. All right, yet these devils are attempting to get that back through what? The sword. All right, that's why what's in their sword. All right, you have the laws that they enforce today. Their weaponry, which is their strength. Right? It actually says in this chapter that the strength is their law. You got it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of the power. Yeah, so he professed that he has the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. How many times has Nadayu, all right, got on stage and said try to quote a Bible scripture? All right, quote that Amalek is is these Iranians, all right, and use that they'll have war against Amalek for generations. When the truth of the matter is that they're Amalek, the real Amalekites, all right, and that goes
and you know, that shows that hey, they have to hide who they are, and this is what they're doing. You got it.
And it says, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Okay, so it says he calleth himself the child of the Lord, right? So Esau Edom believes that he's the chosen one.
Yeah. He wants to. Well, and they did that with the Balfour Declaration.
Right.
All right, when they took over the state of Israel. But how come how come there's no peace in that land, as is prophesied in Isaiah the 2nd chapter? How come there isn't a governing body pushing forth righteousness, but yet you have the most, HOMO lifestyle out there?
Right.
All right, and the most wickedness going on out there, nonstop. Well, recently there was nonstop, chaos out there with this war.
Right. Hey, here it is. Esau, you are chosen. All right? You're chosen to be the wicked. You're chosen to be the whipping stick of the nation of Israel for a time being. But in that particular blessing that you did receive, all right, to be the whipping stick of the nation of Israel and essentially the whole world, Yahweh Shem Yahushai had an end for you. All right? And now you're coming to your end. Your queendom's starting to fail. Nobody's believing your lies anymore. All right? Hey, your nakedness is being shown. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to start putting hell on you as well as these other nations. All right? And you're going to understand that it was a very bad thing. All right? It was a very bad thing for you other nations to cling unto this devil. All right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to amp up, all right, that very thing.
Right, and this is, these devils, as me and this brother were talking about earlier last night, the things going on with them trying to rage bait Jake, into going out and protesting, into, causing strife, all right? Hey, they trying to get you so they could continue to be that accuser.
Yep.
All right, so when they let, the Edomite man off for shooting up a family, it's the family reunion, right? And then he get off on bond, but yet self-defense gets charged with murder.
Right.
35 years.
Hey, $5,000 bond.
Speaking of Carmelo Anthony,
But he got out on $500.
$5,000.
Yeah.
5,000.
It was 5,000, but he
Oh,
paid
yeah, you
500.
get 10%.
Yeah.
It's that rage bait, like the brother was saying. They want to push that silver unrest. They want to start the race wars, right? Give Jake more time, Esau less time, so they can latch out.
Well, now they can implement martial law. Now they can go forth and it be one of the chaotic events that add, one more thing to add to the chaos. One more thing that adds to the uprising of the people.
Right. Because here it is. Hey, you have all this going on, but what's to push forth in November? All right? November is when you start getting these letters, when they start sending those letters out, drafting your sons. All right? Calling unto your husbands.
Right. And that deal that Trump, was in the works with, all right, and that they're gaslighting the nation, that it is, the best thing since sliced bread. He conceded.
Yep.
That ain't gonna even really hold that much longer. All right, but he pretty much had to bow down. All right, he gave them what they wanted, and then he took it as a victory. But
Yep.
there's so much more that goes into that. Hey, this place is screwed. And people, say you started a war, lost all this money, all the I forgot what they called, all like the bases that they set up destroyed.
Yep.
All right, All the money pushed into that warfare got pretty much was effed off, which that's gonna roll into the downfall of this economy. All right, but yeah, you got it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts.
Yeah, so he was made to reprove our thoughts through what? All these devices he filled Jacob with. Go watch They Clone Tyrone.
Right.
All right, everything he did was to tell Jake to be a slut pimp or a proverb and a byword, right?
And they gave that to you also under on Undercover Brother.
Yeah.
All right. Also on what is the other one with Michael John White?
Afro Dynamite.
Afro Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite. Right?
I said Black Dynamite. I was thinking Afro Samurai for some reason.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Hey, perpetuated to push this information unto you.
yeah, Anaconda malt liquor gives you Little Richard.
Richard.
All right.
Yeah, because those are all devices that feed Jake, and then turn them into gremlins.
Right.
Gremlins was the Apostle Recall always quote that movie, but Gremlins was about Jake, you 2/3.
Right.
All these GMO babies eating late at night.
And then Gizmo. It was only Gizmo who could come to the bright light.
Yeah, the bar scene, where they tearing up the bar.
And Gremlins too. They had the bar singing New York, New York.
Yeah, that was y'all at this at that Knicks parade.
Wow, and that profile.
And excuse me, but to further
You gotta speak up, Darash.
To further add on to the whole thing with the race wars, I watched a video where an Edomite man even admitted that, this whole thing with you so-called Negroes, boycotting these Asian businesses because they don't allow you to come in or whatever the case. But even this Edomite told you, he said to you Asian, look, we're not your friends, okay? Yeah, sure, we got you guys doing our bidding by, helping us further oppress these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but at the same time, we don't like you either. We're not your friends. So even Esau is telling you, look, man, we don't
fuck with nobody.
Yeah, that's what he's basically saying. It's like, you Asians, man, you guys be kissing the white man's ass so much, you don't realize, look, he's got you wrapped around his finger to where you're basically doing the work for him. You don't have to do nothing but just sit there.
Well, that's Psalms 83. All these nations have been confederate with Esau, Edom, so it doesn't matter. All right, the higher ups of their nation said, hey, be on one accord with them because it benefits us. Right? The reason why you other nations are the way you are towards the children of Israel, because it has been a benefit unto you.
Yeah.
All right? But Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to fuck you up for it.
Yeah, it says that these heathens furthered the affliction. Okay? That's why there's a specific judgment, for each and every nation. Ultimately, Esau being done away with, but these other nations have to go into captivity too.
Right, because Moab is my wash pot.
Right.
All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to fuck you guys up. All right?
And, he's doing so already, but you guys still have, this devil on your side that you could go back to.
Right. How many earthquakes have been in Asia? How many tsunamis has Japan had to prepare for? It's not going to get any better. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to continue. All right?
Forget Leviathan too.
Right. That's why you're afraid of those. That's why you make those Godzilla movies. Godzilla! Right?
Really, Leviathan.
Right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to put that fear in you. You're going to remember the name of Alashadya. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You're going to say Alashadya, that demon-like power. All right? It's going to come unto you. You're not escaping. It doesn't matter. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to do away with this whole entire system.
It says in the book of Zechariah that he was sorely displeased with the heathen.
Yeah.
Yep. Because they continue to further that affliction. They added, they poured salt on the wounds of Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do, and that's across, across the world, because Israel scattered, you know,
And,
Israel being scattered, they're in the lowest places of every nation.
In the slums.
Yeah.
Where can you find Jake around the world? In the slums. There's very few far in between. All right, where they're men of stature, women of stature, right? It's a little bit different for women because you know all you got to do is be able to lay on your back, provide some children.
Yeah, they're able to, you know, they can move in you know, higher places because, you know, going back to the natural state of a woman, you know, they're made to serve.
Right.
So, as you can find in the book of Esther, you know, she was able to get that position, you know, and ultimately help, you know, save Israel because,
Yep.
all right,
A man's desire.
yeah, because the king found favor upon her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing too. A lot of you nations, since you've been doing this devil's bidding, now you're coming around. You're trying to come around and try to make an apology to Jake. Like, what's
They ain't
going?
apologizing yet because they're still benefiting off
Right.
of it. That's why, you know, Mr. Chow, you know, was able to get off.
Right.
Because he didn't do it to one of, if he would have did that to a so-called white man, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
He'd be locked up right now.
Mr. Chow would be under the jail. Right. You would have heard Trump say, deportation.
Yeah.
Right.
Send them back. Send them to Alligator Alcatraz.
Wait, you got one more on Wisdom of Solomon? Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15, and it says, "He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion."
Right. Yeah, his ways are of his own fashion, his own thoughts, and he esteemeth himself prideful. All right. But going into how he reproved our thoughts, the ways of righteousness. All right. But he showed you the way of what? Wickedness. All right. And then push forth, you know, efforts and promote Jake to be wicked. All right. He don't allow this truth, you know, and isn't going to continue to allow this truth to be on the internet for much longer. One, because it exposes who he truly is, and two, that's why he has, you know, vocab and these other, you know, demons going and working so hard to disprove the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shah. They don't go where the truth isn't. No, they go and attack. Yeah, they might go for, you know, to these other camps that don't have the 100% truth, so they can say, oh yeah, see, we got one over on those Hebrew Israelites,
Yep.
on those black Hebrew Israelites, you know, which they'll try to classify you in. But he goes primarily when he got that, when he gets that message sent to him, you need to go get on DMS. You know, you need to go get on the true man and try to you know, find fault in their doctrine.
God. This is good. I'm cool. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4, and it reads, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith."
Yeah, that's speaking of the wicked and the righteous, Esau and Jacob. All right, that vessel of dishonor and the vessel of honor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the vessel of dishonor has no uprightness in him. That's why everything he does, he might make it seem clean, he might make it seem good, even how he labels himself as white, pure. All right, and then he labels what Jake as black, dirty,
Void of light.
void of light, the water. You know, if you go into the definition of that word, you know, it's to keep you, you know, under his foot as the problem. All right. You have more? All right.
No, that was it.
Yeah. So, you know, that's his characteristic. You can't get around why, you know, why why these Jake believe on him. All right, because they're, you know, blinded by the powers of this world. All right, so they go to him as the curse is saying, the one of all things, but they believe that he has the best interest for them. Get Sirach, the 12th chapter in the starting around the 10th verse. Because Jake is delusional that this white man is for him.
I got it. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. You said 12. You said 12.
Should be 12 around the 10th verse. Never trust thy enemy.
Yeah, come. That's it. I'm on high jump. 12 and 10. It says, "Never trust thou enemy, for like as the iron rusteth, so is his wickedness."
Right. So it's shown. All right. When iron rusts, you can always see the rust, and it never goes away until you cut the part out. Well, these devils are going to get cut out of the world, you know, when Yahweh Shem Shai restores authority. All right. And then they're going to serve that 1,000-year captivity. All right. And then be what? Exterminated. He's going to make Jacob as a flame. All right. You got more on that.
It says, "Do he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him."
Yeah, he gave you, all right. He gave you support, all right. He gave you WIC, child support, low income housing, all right. But there's always a backside of that, all right. He gave you food stamps.
Oh shit! He gave you entertainment. He gave you to be an athlete. All right, to be a gladiator. All right. Hey, you're not exempt. All right. You're just a higher price token that he uses to manipulate the people of his nation, of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's nation.
You going either, and most of our people, you know, as it says, only the remnant is going to be saved, because our people are going to sell out. They're going to sell this devil their soul with his MOTB.
Right.
All right. They're either going to sell out for a little bit, or they've already sold out for a lot. Okay. But when things get, and they're in dire need of a meal, all right, that slice of bread they're going to sell out for is, you know, that's going to be, you know, that's you signing over your soul. That's you signing over your salvation, setting up him as this idol. All right. And the God over you, all right, which most of you already have done, all right, going to him for all these things. Not saying that, hey, use the system, you know, right. It's not easy navigating in this world. So if you need to, you know, use government assistance, there ain't nothing wrong with that, but just know it's for a time being.
Right.
They're gonna eventually take that shit away from you. And that's part of their trap. That's part of him crouching himself down and saying, "Hey, come here." He's like that PEDO in the rape van, socket, the van. All right, telling kids to get some free candy.
Hey, he's the Pinocchio. He's the Diddler in Pinocchio.
Right.
All right. He's the Pied Piper. All right. And I'm not talking about R. Kelly. All right. No. Peter Pan too. Hey, all these kid shows, all these movies and everything, all this has a spiritual connection.
Well, there's a dark side of Disney.
Right.
You know, they made a documentary about it.
Right.
Which shows you at those theme parks, and you know the torment that they were putting the kids through. You know, from Disney Channel to Nickelodeon to, you know,
all of them.
Yeah. Hey, that goes to show you that this world, hey, is more of a spiritual. This is a spiritual, hey, ride that we are on. This world is more spiritual than it is physical. All right, everything that you see here is artificial, from the fucking buildings to the air to the fucking ground that you walk on. Yeah, it's tangible. You can step on it. I can touch the tree. All right, I can cut the grass, but 90% of this shit has no life in it. It doesn't have life in it because it is all killed by the counterpart of Satan, Esau, Edom. It's artificial, as they have gotten to the point of artificial intelligence. All right, so they're setting up a lie. Everything that you fucking see is a lie.
Yeah, you know, from cloud, you know, chemtrails.
Right.
It's like that movie when he wore the glasses.
They live.
It's like that. That's what you're in.
Yeah, spells and incantations
Enchantment.
and enchantments. All right, everything is around you, from the very air that you breathe to the ground that you stand on. Everything is defiled, and if everything is defiled, you must be living in a lie, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is righteousness. All right, he is cleanliness. You heard the saying, cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yeah.
All right, how can you be clean without the mercy and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua living in this fucking place? There is nothing that is clean here. It is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua who has mercy and grace to clean you up, to keep you a certain amount of clean, so you may be found acceptable through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds.
Yeah. You know, as the scriptures say, you know, you're going to eat your bread defiled, but everything under this devil's system is tainted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's mixed with chemicals. It has, you know, gene splice.
It's like we're inside of a big ass trash shitball.
What is it called when they you know, combine to two different seeds?
Oh,
slicing.
No, like when like an apple,
like a grapple.
Apple and a grape. But and GMO, you know.
Yeah, GMO, gene splicing.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you.
To the fact where they even making, you know, and this goes into ultimately the MOTB, where they're going in or making you a transhumanism.
Right.
You know, a transhuman. You know, merging man with machine.
Yep. Hey, putting two things that don't belong together. Mixed garments. All right. The law speaks about having mixed garments. That's just a fabric. But as the scriptures are multifaceted, so therefore are you to understand the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? When he says, be ye holy as I am holy. To be separate. All right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has made the nation of Israel to be separate in comparison to what this devil has done, and has lumped everybody together in the same category. We are the world. We are one people. All right? This devil can't even live up to his own fucking lie. All right? As he's saying we are the people, yet he still has division amongst the people. Wait a minute. You're selling a lie that everybody's supposed to be together, but yet you separate your fucking self. And you're the base man that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has made. All right? The so-called white man is the lowest nation that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has made for the reason to show Israel, I can take something that is nothing and bring it to the top and make it something. And I did this for your disobedience. I did this because you wanted to be like them. Because you wanted to have the so-called liberty and the freedom that they have. Their freedom is death and destruction. That's what they offer you. But in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I offer you eternal life, righteousness, cleanliness, to be separate, to be whole, not to be 50%, not to be 80%, not to be 90%, to give you 100% and show you that I can make 100, 700.
Yeah, this brother still, I wanted to read more on that. He's still on Ecclesiastes?
Yeah. I'm going to read it again at 11. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 11. Again, it says, through he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed to beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, so, you know, plain and simple, you know, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Mm-hmm. Right? The Lord gave us the spiritual insight and the game plan of what this devil is going to do. All right? He's opened up the eyes of the prophets, you know, to the secrets, but also the plans and the devices that are to come forth out of this devil. And all we got to do is warn the people of what's to come. primarily the MOTB. We know that he's going to come with great deception. All right, he's going to come with you know, these BS events.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't know what BS events I'm talking about, it's a black bird. Okay, but and FF, you know.
Yep.
All playing on the minds of the people, but that's to, you know, cause this chaos, which, you know, we always bring out that they create order out of chaos. All right, it's part of them herding the cattle. All right, it's part of them directing people that have no option when hey, their heads are cut off, meaning that when they have no soundness in them. All right. When they don't know what to do, they give you something to do.
Gone.
All right? What your parents tell you, you ain't got nothing to do, I got something for you.
Right.
Go, you know, go do the dishes, go take out the trash.
Right. Hey,
All
'cause
right?
what is a shepherd? What does a shepherd dog do? A shepherd's dog disrupts the order of the flock. All right, to herd them exactly where they need them.
Yeah, and you know, we're to peel off the elect, you know, to go into the ways of righteousness, to go under, you know, the shadow of the Almighty.
Yep.
In these, you know, perilous times, to get that protection. Now continue on that.
Verse 13 says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?"
Come nigh wild beasts. So you know, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Right.
All right, you play with the snake charmer, you get bit. Think of what's his name? Steve Irwin. Yeah, Steve Irwin. You know, the crocodile hunter. He didn't get took out by a crocodile hunter, but he got took out by a stingray.
Right.
All right. I'm thinking Cat Williams now, but you know,
Right.
you playing with beasts, you gonna get bit. All right, and that's what this devil is. Hey, he played like he's docile. It goes into describing him like that in Revelations, the 13th chapter. He was a lamb, speaking as a lamb, but he was a lamb, but docile as a lamb, but came as speaking as a dragon.
Right.
All right.
And devoured as a ravenous wolf. All right. This devil is not only going to. He's not only now. He's like he's showing you his teeth now. All right.
Yeah, though his words be smooth as butter, war is in his heart.
Yeah, he looks like he's given the look of a real vampire. All right.
Frost.
Yeah.
And on the outside, everything looks fine. What happened in the first place? All right, in the opening scene. All right, the girl took him to the party, to the slaughterhouse. Okay, and everything was cool until she got in the party. So she got into the party, she changed up. And where was Deacon Frost in the midst? All right, looking at the cattle. All right, ready to let his people eat. And that's essentially what Edom's about to do.
Yep.
He's about to have the chance to eat. Right? All his lust, all the lust in his heart for this time to come. Hey, the purge is almost here for him. Okay?
That good old hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, because they you know, they're gonna let loose these you know, these NAZIs and you know triple K. You know, they're gonna let them do what that's part of their sword.
Right.
And they done brainwashed the hell out of them to believe, you know, that they are because they teach that they the Israelites.
Right.
All right. They believe that they God's chosen people. Even though the devil's above them, they like, you know, they working for them. They pretty much they hitmen.
Right. Hey, because what do? They gave him the substance. All I got to do is provide classism,
And now you have them, which a lot of people don't put two and two together. They're in all these different chains of command, from the police department, fire department, you know, higher officials in government.
The Ice baby.
I got the precept to back that up. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2:16. It says, "We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father."
Right. Hey, and that's exactly what this devil has done. He's boasting that he is the chosen people, that he's the one that has the way, and he's the one that has the authority. He's the one that was given the law, statutes, and commandments. All right?
In the world.
Yeah, well, he was given the world. Hey, this is Esau Edom's world right now.
Yeah.
This is his heaven.
Going back to them claiming that they're Jews and they're not.
Right.
They're the synagogues of Satan.
Right.
You know, which, you know, to back that up, that was at that time being spoken of Israel, but you know, we apply it to them small hats today.
Right, because this is hey, this man has his whole system and he has it set it up exactly as he wants it. All right? Everything, every law that is put into place is to benefit this man's his capabilities. All right? To make him more capable. This devil couldn't simply just take it away and say this law is gone, boom, 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 and get it done like that. Why? It'd be uprising of the people. So what do? Hey, you're coaching through gradualism. You're coaching these people, hey, to give up their rights, their so-called rights, to give up their abilities. Keep the people deaf, dumb, and blind. And after making them deaf, dumb, and blind, while you're making them deaf, dumb, and blind, keep them sick. All right? This devil has he is wiser than Daniel. He is taking and has stripped everything away slowly.
Yeah, they reveal it to you in increments. They do some predictive programming to get you, you know, accepting of it, and then they drop it on your head, and it's too late.
Same thing as the Waka Flocka cameras. All right? Hey, your license plates now have Wi-Fi in them, 5G. All right? But here it is. It's for the cars. It's so somebody can't steal your car. We can locate it easier. Well, hasn't there been GPS already on the car?
Yeah, y'all got cameras, but whenever you show them to the public, it's all blurry and fuzzy.
Right. You could see a fucking pin needle on the ground from space. But you tell me you can't find a kid, you can't find a car? Oh, we can't use those resources for that. All right? That it takes too much. How does it take too much when you set the dollar amount? All right? None of this shit really cost anything. In truth and honesty, none of this shit cost anything. Because it's shit. Shit doesn't cost. It just happens. All right? It's natural. All this bullshit that you put up, raping the earth and everything, hey, taking and stripping the minerals from the earth really doesn't cost you shit. All right? You have fucking free labor. Still to this day, you have free labor. You have already hoarded treasures up unto yourself.
It's not enough anymore.
You're the fucking devils. There's no what? You got everybody on this the petro fucking dollar. The BRICS Union as of now, all right, hey, had to create a standard where there's gold backing. All right, other nations are now getting back into gold backing. But essentially, you give a promissory note and said, hey, I'm good for it. I'm good for it. Don't worry about it. So yes, you have free fucking labor still to this day. You choose to accept these promissory notes until the time very soon where you said, I don't accept those notes. We're done with cash. No more notes, please. I need another note. And that's where it comes to the MOTB. They want a digital note. All right? They're going digital. The RFID CHIP is the MOTB. To buy and sell, all right? Hey, This is this man's system.
Yeah, I got this is Ezekiel 36:2. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy had said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession." That shows that, you know, these devils are inhabiting, you know, the land right now. It says, "Therefore prophesy and say, thus the Lord Yahweh, because I have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people." So, hey, Israel is swallowed up, all right, by these heathen, all right. We're under the foot of these, you know, of these heathen nations. You know, that's why they have room to do what they do, you know, here in Babylon the Great. But, you know, they're in our land. You know, those people are in our land, but then Israel is subject, you know, to you know, this poor treatment. All right. Now I got one more, and then this brother, I had him holding something.
Yeah.
But this is Psalm 58. God damn. Should just it's lucky. It's Psalms. I don't know where I lost it. No, it was Psalms 55 and verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." All right.
That's Esau Edom's MO right there. That's how he operates.
Yeah.
He always comes at you, try to be friendly and all. Like, look, man, I don't mean you no harm. I just want to be friends. But in the back of his mind, he's figuring out ways to
Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah, he's inching his way in. You know, he's setting up operations on your land. All right.
Man,
You know that Micah 2. You know, he's devising a plan. You know, to attack you at your lowest point. It says, "Cast thy burden upon Yahweh." You know, and this devil is a burden unto us. All right, he's our biggest burden. It says, "And he shall sustain thee; he shall never suffer the righteous to be moved." Okay, so you know, ultimately we need Yahweh Bashim Al Shai to pull us out of this situation. He's given, you know, this devil authority, you know, over the world.
right.
You know.
Hey, you GMO babies, all right, and you heathen nations out there, you're so fucking docile and dumb. Here it is, the devil tells you he's the devil, all right, but you still don't want to accept it.
And laugh in your face.
Right, and laugh in your face about it.
And he said, you know, everything, he'd lie in your face and then make claims that it wasn't as bad as you're making it.
Right.
You know?
He tells you, hey, he told you the very thing that he was going to do. He told you the very thing that he's going to do. All right, if you don't do this, this is going to happen to you. But it's okay, you'll be all right. I'm still gonna do it anyway. He's already set laws up. How many more times and how many more examples do you have to have of this devil setting up laws for everybody else but not abiding by the law he set because he didn't set the law for himself? All right? That's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. What does Yahweh Bashim Yahushai say? Hey, take the beam out of thy own eye first. So if you're giving somebody else a law, how are they supposed to abide by the law that you don't even hold the standard yourself to? Hold yourself to that standard. It's an unjust leader, an unjust king. All right? That's why you have the world as it is.
Yeah, unwise king.
An unwise king.
You know, and how the officer is, or so are the people. You know, so how you enforce, and how if you don't stay true to the laws that you put in place, why are the people going to follow it? All right, they're not, because they see that the head isn't even following them. All right, so that's why, you know, Yahweh Shai says that the error proceeded from the ruler, but also that you know, the deceived and the deceiver are his, because he's gonna enforce something that he ain't gonna take part in. All right. You still got Isaiah.
Yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 36, verse 6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of the broken reed on Egypt."
Yeah, our people, you know, believe on this devil's power. Spiritually, Egypt. All right, America is spiritually Egypt, and his reed. All right, you can symbolize that to a staff, a ruling staff. You know, but it's broken. You got it.
It says, "Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it."
Right.
So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
Right. So you're gonna get, you know, hindered or hurt. All right. Stabbed in the hand when you go and lean upon, you know, that safety net of Esau Edom. You know, which is gonna come into fashion in these upcoming times as a MOTB, as the UBI. All right. As these other devices he puts out to stabilize the economy, to give a little bit of help, which he ain't gonna do too much, but it's just gonna be just enough just to, you know, make you believe he has your best interest for you. You know, just to get you susceptible to, you know, to taking that see him.
Right. Hey, because he's already showing you false miracles. All right. From dudes changing his eye colors, from people walking, from people being able to talk, being able to manipulate computers and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's drying you out, you know, with you know, literally drying you out with data centers.
Yep.
You know, playing a part in forcing a famine. You know, that's all things tied with you know, that oil supply coming from the Strait of Hormuz, that leads to famine.
Right.
You know, so they're playing their part, but then, hey, the Lord's gonna send these plagues to, you know, push it all, you know, to push it off the cliff.
Right. And remember on this infrastructure that this devil is setting up. Why do you think everything now has some type of RFID tag? Right? From your common, from your license plate to your common everyday label or product. It has just widened the network so the signal is always able to bounce.
Yeah.
When they push this 6G on, all right, everything is going to heighten.
Yeah, radio frequency identification.
Right.
So, you know, and that goes into them tracking. Really, this is all, you know, being put in play for the monitoring of the people.
It's basically him playing I will know all things.
Yeah, so
I will see all things.
But it's so they could track goods coming in, coming out, cut on and off your financial access.
Right.
You know, monitor. You know, yeah. If you buy something, because they use that carbon, you know,
Carbon footprint.
that carbon footprint as a you know, which to say that, or to allow you to do so. You did too much this week. All right. You know, but they could, you know, fly across the world in a jet and back in a day.
Right.
Because it's necessary.
Take the chopper just to go to the store.
And that same loophole that they're using is going to be, you know, used against them in the stirring up and sedition amongst men.
Yep. Hey, because this devil is going to make sure that he does all things and has all sides covered to the best of his ability. All right. This RFID CHIP, all right, and this radio frequency, all right, radio frequency that they have going out amongst the world, all right, in all these places is essentially so it could be like the brother said, so he can have eyes everywhere. He can hear everything. The eagle eye. Shit, Batman Begins. All right? You see the sonar reading. All right? this devil wants no stone left unturned. All right?
I gotta read. This is Proverbs chapter 13.
Yeah, 16. You got it.
Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. It says, a good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So, all this wealth and all these goodly things that you've accumulated, you know, it's laid up for the just, because when we come back in the power, we're going to take it all away from you. Essentially, it belongs to us anyways. Verse 23, much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that is destroyed for want of judgment. So, you know, talking about how, you know, the people, you know, they can accumulate what they have for themselves, but you, Esau, Edom, you just take it away from them. Because that's what you do. You take from others, but you never give anything in return.
Hey, and that's why this motherfucker has it in law. All right? This devil has that in the law. In the time of martial law, all right, which is soon to come. All right? Hey, that you'll own nothing and be happy. All right? If these devils come and raid your home, anything in your home is acceptable to them. Whether it be food, medicine, your very self. All right? Because you are the property, all right, of the state.
State property.
All right? Hey, that's what your social security number goes into.
Yeah, birth certificate.
Your birth certificate, what region you came from. Where did this particular cattle come from? All right? And what's the value left on it? That's why these devils are trying to cash out, because this devil makes money off of life and death.
Yeah, because everything's getting, you know, eerily similar to the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
You know?
The Matrix and I always forget the name of that movie. The Green has the green.
So is it green?
Yeah, Sorely Green. I always forget the name of that.
Yeah, but so, you know, we're in the Matrix. They had, you know, they were pretty much using the human body for what? Power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just how these data centers need all this water. Well, what percent of the body is water?
Right.
You know, this is what it's going to come down to, or it can come down to.
Hey,
All right.
how the data centers need all this melanin. All right, being that melanin is a conductor. All right. Hey, as I watched the video that a brother put up earlier in the week, which made, you know, it's perfect sense.
And what that lady say in that meeting, talking about the pact of the future. All right, that now, you know, they pretty much are moving from, you know, anti semi-talk to now anti-AI.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, you know, that shows and indicates where, you know, their plans are, you know, their plans are moving to a you know, to push forth their new system fueled by AI, you know, infrastructure.
Right.
They you see the flaws with that, and that recent, you know, event that happened in that Tesla factory. All right, how easily the Lord can control, you know, these carnal devices to make them go off and be a plague to the powers that use them.
Right. Hey, this devil believes he has all control, and he has no control at all. Right? See, the difference between being a man and a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and being of the nation of Israel is you're provided with more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai being of the nation of Israel, Yasharallah. You see, you can use common sense, all right, and apply at the very least, common sense. But you devils, you have no common sense. You make everything that destroys yourself. All right? Even though you don't eat the same food as the peasants, All right, you don't wear the same clothes as the peasants, yet you destroy the earth.
That was Planet of the Apes. that Cornelius, I believe it was his writings. It said he was a harbinger of death.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of man, but that really relates to Esau.
Yep. All right, you got it.
Revelation 16:2, it says, "And the first went and poured out his veil upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which who had the charagma of the beast, and upon them which worship his image."
Right, here it is, through this technocracy that is set up, through all these little RFID towers, through this 5-6G towers, through all these Waka Flocka cameras, all right, through all this shit, yet is it going to heighten, is going to push forward the 5-6G infrastructure around the world, and yet is it going to be detrimental? Look up what these frequencies can do to a body. How much more when this RFID C-hip is implanted in you?
You know, those frequencies in themselves, it's basically, I think it's to a certain extent, but radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it's basically, it basically like cooks you alive.
Right.
Yeah, and that, on a small scale, that even, comes off our phone.
Right.
Yep.
Even they show like the difference of having your phone next to you, on the charger and off the charger. When you have it on the charger, it like intensifies extremely.
Yep.
Right.
And that already causes, that C word. All right, just from that alone, kills off, trippy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Kills off, sperm cells and
brain cells, kills off
Yeah.
everything.
Hey, look at what they did. What they did with the what is that called? Shit. What is it? The cell towers. All right, how they moved the cell towers from one side of town to the other side of town. All right, here it is. You go to Jake's area. Most of Jake's living is in the industrial part of town. Has more cell towers, has more power plants, has more water treatment plants. Okay, the infrastructure is set up in a way that Jake is the one who has to suffer the blunt of all the poison.
Yep. Yeah, that's what the video, the lesson I did last night. I don't think I showed that part of the video, but you had this Jake woman speaking on that, well, a few people were speaking on it, but the data centers that go up, they're always in, low-income housing. So like, why don't the rich people want, if they're so good, why don't the rich people want them near their neighborhoods?
Right.
Now when they set up those centers, it increases your electricity bill, and along with all these other effects that comes with it, these other plagues, really.
Mm-hmm.
You get that noise going around.
Water fucked up.
Hey, water fucked up, air fucked up.
They pour out their chemicals they use to clean the water for that system in your system.
Yep. Hey, because it's got to go somewhere.
Right, just like as you had in Japan a couple of years ago, they said, fuck it, we're going to pour this nuclear toxic waste back into the ocean.
Right.
In small amounts.
Yeah. Who gave them license to do that? You see, these so-called...
They probably said, come, America, you need to come handle this. And then they said, no, that's your problem. All right, we just going to do this.
Right. So-called dignitaries of these lands, prime ministers, presidents, kings, right? Hey, they decide what they want to do when they want to do it.
That's why the wisdom of this world is
Damn.
That nigga been driving.
motherfucker that been tricking, bro.
He just ran over that side. Almost hit that car.
No, that was the same dude that peeled out over there.
Yeah, but he ran over a sign. He ran over that, road work sign.
Yeah.
He hit it head on.
That ain't gonna happen.
Burn some shit. His car burning up.
Yeah. Hey.
And y'all but you outside destroy that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, but should be outside every
I was
time.
trying to get out of here. I ain't had nowhere to go. Yeah, that smoke got in my nose.
All right. I thought he was about to run in the bus thing.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. It's like this shit fucked me up.
All right. Yeah, but should be outside every time. You got more on that. Right?
Oh, that was it.
Well,
Just read it one more time.
All right, Revelation 16:2 again. It says, "And the first went and poured out his veil upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men who had the charagma of the beast, and upon them who worship his image."
Right, a noisome and grievous sore. All right, that noisome and grievous sore. Hey, people are going to get sick. The big C. All right. This noisome and grievous sore that's going to be unto you is going to be a plague from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Especially for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds.
yeah, but that's a judgment.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, a judgment, and the brother for the correction, all right, a judgment, but this judgment supersedes all the judgment for you. You are guaranteed, there's no getting away, there's no taking it out. All right?
I say
That's how you know
the
you're guaranteed
that final judgment is Revelation 14
Yeah.
and 9, where they're gonna get burnt up for taking that our people will get burnt up for taking that device.
Right.
That applies to 16 and 2 apply to
Everybody.
that takes that device.
Right? And the reason why I say it like, and the brother again for the correction, but the reason why I said it like that is because it's these other nations are, let them do what they do. It doesn't matter. We don't care. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't care. All right? That's why I said it's likened unto a plague to the world.
Yeah, I mean it's a plague.
No, I'm just saying, is that plague is unto the world, but the promise of that thermonuclear fire, intense heat, where Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, where Yahweh is tormenting you in that fire, that belongs to you, Jake. That belongs to you. That nobody else is going to receive it like you're going to receive it. Not even Esau Edom in that time.
He have his time.
He has his time. He has 1,000 years of hardcore, rigorous bondage that he has to suffer with these other nations, but be worse and lower than all the other nations as he was meant to be. But in that fire, in that time, all right, in that time, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, is going to give you, your tongue shall melt away in your mouth and your eyes in their sockets. May all your senses still be functioning. That's how Allah Shadya can give it to you. That demon-like power. You will feel everything. He is going to purge out the wickedness from you, Jake. And this is the catalyst. If you take it, you're guaranteed that lake of fire. If you don't take heed unto the scripture and the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you are guaranteed the lake of fire. You have an option. All right? You have an escape. If you be of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's elect. You see, everyone will hear this word. All Israelites will hear this word. All right?
It's Isaiah 59:19. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemies shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, shall lift up a standard against him.
Right. These devils are about to come in like a flood. All right? All around the world. Because where is Israel? Where are the Israelites located? All around the world. These devils know who you are and whose you are. Even if you don't know. If there's an inkling of righteousness in you that this devil sees, if you have tuned into a video and believe, or if you have conduct yourself a certain way through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, him preserving you until that said time where you hear the name, in that very moment where your faith is sealed in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, this devil is looking out for you. He is on the prowl and looking for you, Jake. You speckled birds out there. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is making his word go across the four corners of the earth to give you warning, to provide understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. This devil is rising up. Read it again from the top.
It's Isaiah 59 and 19 again. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai from the west.
Right, fear the name. And that's what they're starting to show. They're starting to show their fear. They're starting to show their fear. The fear for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, these other nations. They're showing a certain amount of fear. Why? Because the prophets of doom are on the scene. They're already calling us out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Breaking the strongholds that these devils have on your mind by calling on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. They fear the name. They fear the austerity that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is starting to bring back to his nation.
And his glory from the rising of the sun.
Hey, till the day star rise in our hearts. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is in our heart, in our mind. He has been pushed to the forefront of the Israelite man, of the Israelite woman and child who believes. No longer fearing this world, fearing what they can do to you, but having fear of him that can destroy body and soul in this hell. We are now previewed to the promises, to the gift, to the glory, to the majesty of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. We're understanding the better promise.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai shall lift up a standard against him.
And these motherfuckers are gonna come in like a flood. You see them preparing in every little fucking thing that they do. From these little Edomites doing these little fight clubs and shit.
Pride.
All right.
That's that generational hatred.
Right.
They're marching.
Yeah.
You know,
Marching, puffing
they
themselves up, thinking and believing that that there's something, when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has already told them they are nothing. There's unto spittle. As a drop falleth from a bucket, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has told them they are nothing. So refer to them as nothing. Yes, you're in the captivity. Do as a prisoner's supposed to do. Obey everything within the law of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai until when? Until he rises you up to the prey. Right? You had something to say, Darash?
With this devil coming in like a flood, when he comes down with that great wrath, because he is looking for you, Jake, specifically you. He's gonna mow down even his own people just to get to you, and everybody else that's in the way. Mm-hmm. And
I've heard, I believe it was the elder Malcolm in Chicago talk about how some of these I would say not apartment complexes, but projects are shaped. You know, when you go over, if you fly over these major cities, they're shaped like like an X mark. You know, like X marks the spot. They're, you know, more than likely going to be targets. You know, pretty much they're going to be the first ones to get hit.
Right.
You know, that's a landing drop zone. You know why? Because that's where Jake at.
Yep. Hey, such as when these devils have, anytime they have the ability, all right, to put hell on Jake, you see they always step up to the plate. Anytime that there's a reasoning, all right, to blame a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian, or the speckled bird whose father's line goes back, all right, they step up to the plate, right? You got something else, Karash?
Yes, this is Judith. This is the book of Judith, chapter 15, verse 17, and it says, "Woe to the nations that rise up against my kindred. The Lord Almighty, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will take vengeance of them in the day of judgment, in putting fire and worms in their flesh, and they shall feel them and weep forever."
Hey, woe unto them who stand up against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's people. Much more that stand up against his elect. In the day of when? The day of judgment. In what time? Jacob's trouble. Right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to do a wondrous work in this time. Trust and believe. Did he not say that he's going to rise and raise up a standard in his people? Did he not say that he would make Israel a battle axe?
Spiritual power.
All right?
It's like going back to that Black Jesus story. When he told him at the end, Simeon Tokyo, when his last words was, "I'm gonna leave, but there's gonna be more like me, and you basically ain't gonna be able to do shit about it. We're taking over." So they know that those men are here today. You know what I mean? When that great flood going to the ones that they got on that list.
Right.
They could be activated at any time.
And these devils understand, right? And the reason why they're going to come in so fast and they have to come so swiftly, because these devils believe if they could get you before the ascension of your so-called consciousness, as they like to say and they portray in their movies. Don't you understand? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua conquers life and death. So it doesn't matter if you put 1, put 7, put 17. All right? Hey, because in the story of Simeon Toko, what did they do? Didn't they chop him up?
Yep.
Sent parts of body everywhere? But yet, where was he?
Regenerated right back in their office.
Right where he needed to be at the appointed time to tell you, I'll go.
I'll be back though.
But I'll be back. It's not only going to be me, it's also going to be others. You can't stop what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's got coming. No matter what fucking platform you're using. All right? Your Sterns, your enchantments, it doesn't matter. Your time travel, it doesn't matter. All right? You already know the outcome is that you lose. But now your mentality is that, well, since I lose, I'm about to have some fun while I'm losing.
If I go down, everybody go down.
Right? Watch the world burn with me. You're not, hey, I'm happy to tell you to say the world is not going to burn with you. Your world is going to burn. Your world, everything that you set forth is going to burn.
Now.
Everything that you do, everything that you have fought for, everything that you continually tried to put on the nation and the children of Israel, all that is going to burn and be purged from the nation of Israel. And then purge the land as well. See, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is preparing for your no remembrance. He's preparing for your end, your ultimate demise. Whew. You have nothing because you are nothing. It doesn't matter what you take away. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to restore the nation of Israel to its entirety and greater than. We are going to magnify our power even more than before, because we understand now. We understand in more detail, and how much more when Yahweh Shem Yahushai changes these vile bodies into a glorious body.
True power.
Taking away the stony heart and giving us the fleshly heart. Hey, these are the promises that we are promised through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Adawana Ratazah, we be those men of the elect to receive salvation on the first go around. You women and children out there that believe upon the testimony as well. The multitude of the 1/3. Hey, this is the promise. This is what the fight is for. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, this is I got a couple. This is a Job 20:19, and it's funny. I was looking for this the whole time. It was right above the scripture. I was like, "Ooh, I should read that." And it's right above it. But I'm gonna read this portion. Job 19:26. It says, actually, I'm gonna start at 25. It says, "For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth." All right. Who's the Redeemer? Yahweh Bashim al-Shai. Yahweh Shai. He's gonna come back. All right. It says, and though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see the power. You know, that power is Yahweh Shai. Job is going to be what? Reincarnated, and is reincarnated, living amongst, or is amongst the elect right now, and he's prophesying. All right, he said he's going to be here in this day to see the return of Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, "Whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me." So though he died, come back, just as it said, Daniel, you just come back in thy lot. To John the Revelator, he said, you shall prophesy again. All right. It says, "But ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me." Right? Because Yahweh Shai is and all these brothers right here, Lord willing, we be of the elect. All right. It says, "Be ye afraid of the sword, for the wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment."
Right.
And this is really everything that comes through Esau and Edom, is judgment from the Lord. All right, now to get out of these perilous times, we're going to need that deliverance. This is Psalms 25 and verse 14. It says, "The secret of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim al-Shai, is with him that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Mine eyes are ever towards Yahweh, for he shall pluck my feet out of the net." Yeah, he's going to deliver us out of this net,
Right.
out of that snare of the devil.
Right, and it goes to show too as well that fear that you're supposed to have for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the fear of the sword, is not to fear Esau Edom, right? It's to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the capability that he has, because he already decides what he wants to do, right?
It's already written.
It's already written. He's already given you the blueprint. Understanding the blueprint, having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding allows you not to have that fear of man, but the fear of God.
The elect's already been saved.
Right.
It's just we got to play out the part to get there. Everything's been predestinated.
Right.
All right.
Isaiah chapter 46 verse 10.
Yeah.
right? Fearing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, using that fear to escape the fear of the flesh. Okay? Because essentially that's what people, not just Jake, but that's what people fear. You fear the flesh. You fear the cares of this life. If you fear not the cares of this life and have fear in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, therefore wisdom and knowledge is the stability of your time. Understanding that is given to know that there's nothing to fear, not even death. That Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai can, he killeth and he maketh alive.
Yeah, he got the victory over it.
All right.
Yep.
This is Zechariah 12:7. It says, Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. Right? That's why the majority of the brothers, teaching on the highways and byways are the southern kingdom. Starting with, the so-called Negro. All right. Though, because hey, that scepter which Yahushua was out of the tribe of Judah, all right, they are the leaders of over all of Israel. All right, and these, from the rest of the tribes down, all right, they're not going to magnify themselves against them. They're not going to put them over that. They're going to respect that order, and that's how you're going to come in to that glory. And that glory, as the scriptures say, we go from glory to glory. All right, that's the start of the restoration. All right, and it says when that happens, verse 8, in that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the power as the angel of the Lord before them.
Right, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Hey, Yahweh is going to magnify Yahushai. Yahushai is going to magnify his nation. First and foremost, his 144,000 elect men. Order being restored upon the earth. Order being restored in the body. Okay? No man is going to be out of order.
When the elect is sealed and that time goes down, hey, the Lord's going to put that make us as an angel of the Lord. What's an angel of the Lord? That's spiritual power. As we've seen, as the brother was speaking to Simeon Toko, saying that there's going to be an activation in the man of the Lord. All right, to withstand and to combat, all right, and to, pretty much defend, the nation for, that restoration.
God, and even if it be in death, you see, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to do something with these people, with these devils. Hey, as the Maccabean brothers. All right, hey, stood all seven.
Stood firm.
All right, stood firm.
Stood death.
Didn't matter what they did. Didn't matter what they did to them. All right, to the fact that they were laughing, scoffing and mocking the king in front of his face. All right, standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, in so much that hey, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai started restoring and has restored. This is for you sisters out there, has restored righteousness unto you. As that mother stood stiffly watching her sons, accepting until it was her time and her demise, no matter what hell she had to go through. Hey, it's not just going to come to us men, even though it's going to be the blunt of us men, all right, who have to receive further torment. Until Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai rises us up to the prey yet again. All right?
This is Zechariah 12:10. It says, 12:9, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to lift up that standard for everybody who comes against the nation of Israel, who comes against his elect. It's going to start in Jacob's trouble. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, trust and believe. You two turds aren't getting away from a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Shem Yahushua will use a man of your nation to get your judgment.
Right, and that's what, I was meditating on that, and then I heard a brother speak on it, that, hey, during Jacob's trouble, the Lord can put you, can set you in front or have you in a situation, even though, like, we mostly going to be trying to be out the way.
God.
But he might put you in a situation to, to give that 2/3 his judgment there.
Right. He said side quest, side mission.
Right.
Like a video game.
It might even be something that you just trying to escape, and then, you might get attacked, and then it just go down like that. Or,
He might put that anger in you and said, this is the one.
Or it might just be like, bro,
that's the one. He was scoffing and mocking.
You get that,
You get that sudden boost.
What's that called when you locked in, not tunnel vision, but like in a video game?
Adrenaline power.
You just get like locked in on something.
It's like a scope.
Heightened.
Like, it's like in fighting games or something where you could change the thing to like target.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Just a lock on.
Yeah, the auto lock.
Yeah.
You're switching it, but that's the Spirit of the Lord. The Lord, he did say that He's gonna put His anger in us.
God.
So you don't know what offense. You might not even have no beef with bro, but then it's just
We did it.
Right.
it was just you was there in that time, and hey, man's goings are of the Lord.
Right.
So look, He's here to clean up the sign.
Took him long enough.
Yeah, but that sign gone.
The car was burnt up.
Yep. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua he's got a wondrous work. All right? We haven't seen nothing yet. All right? We haven't seen nothing yet. This devil has already crossed his I's and dotted his T's. Now he's just waiting on his time.
Yeah, I believe, in 1 John where it says that we, when Yahweh Shai returns, we shall be like Him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I read Job, was because I think it's gonna be a certain activation, when we see that return.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's gonna be a part of that power returning back unto us.
Yep. I can see it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey, we when brothers see chariots, we get activated. When we see a so-called UFO or UAP, all right, aerial phenomenon, hey, we get lifted up in the spirit.
That's part of the comfort. Sign. That's a sign of hope.
Right.
That deliverance is on the way.
When we seen that a couple of years back, when we seen that NASA feed, fathership. Hey, we get hope. Our hope and our faith is re-nourished and reboosted every single day.
And faith booster.
Faith boosters, hey, just by waking up and still having the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua on us.
There was also a video of a sister who said she saw the names of the Father and the Son in the clouds.
Yeah, I saw that video. It was nice. That was
I didn't see that video.
It was nice.
Hey, all praises Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right?
Yeah, man, that's that right there, man.
She came outside. She didn't even expect it, and she just seen it. And it was clear. You could see his name written.
Right. Hey,
it's on the video.
It's on video. It was fire.
Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making himself known unto the people, unto his nation.
Yes, everybody gonna know his name.
Right?
But y'all fear the name.
Right. And in the midst of knowing his name, you're gonna know Allah Shadi.
Oh yeah.
You are going to know and see that demon-like power. You're gonna understand, and you nations and you Jakes out there are gonna understand it's not all fairy tales and rainbows. It's not. that judgment really is going to be pushed out and pushed forth by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? And know how much more, how much more in this time, and how much more in his house. This is the last ass whooping that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is ever going to have to give his nation. The last. For how long? An eternity. For an eternity, you will never get an ass whooping after this ass whooping. So how great is this ass whooping? You're going to remember it for an eternity. For as long as you shall live. How long is that? An eternity. This is what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to do to 2/3 of the nation of Israel and to these other nations. How long will they talk about the deliverance? For an eternity.
It's going to be the greatest delivery that all the times we've been delivered.
From the generation to generation of these heathen nations, as they get regenerated, it'll still be talked about. The majesty and the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This story will never get old. This story will never die. It is all for the magnification and the glorification, the remembrance to praise Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. That the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, may have its work. All right? Y'all brothers got anything else?
I just had one more thing. This is a. You got it, Cole?
Yeah, I had Daniel 27 and 27.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just going straight to the point. Daniel 7 and 27 says, "In the kingdom of dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of his saints and the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions should serve and obey him." And that's what's coming. You know, Yahweh Shai is almost here. And, you know, Lord willing, with those men, we're going to be able to reign with them, be joint heirs. That's the kingdom to come. That's what's coming. You know, the end, we're at the end, the beginning is coming. That is Jacob. Second Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end. We're at the end. We're really at the end. And the beginning is right around the corner. Trade in places. It's happening.
Right. It's no longer do you just have to talk about it. It's going to be about it. And even us talking about it, we're still about it through the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Everything is being pushed forward. Righteousness, is coming back into the earth. You got it, Darash.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 46. It says, "And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person." 47. "Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee." So, those that have, confederate with Esau, Edom, and partakers of this system, you're a wretch. You're going to get your due judgment. You're going to get your due judgment, which is that thermonuclear fire. In verse 48, it says, "Thou hast followed her." Okay, you for a time you took up the philosophy of this place, followed after its doctrine. And look where that's got you. It's got you mad. Now it's like, damn, we've been following this devil for so long. Now look what he's doing to us. Even though we're supposed to be partners in business with him, but yet he's screwing us over.
Yet this devil's been doing it the whole time. He's been screwing you the whole time, and you knew it.
You just didn't want to see it.
He just got a little bit too aggressive.
Well, they were getting their treats, their trinkets.
Yeah. Gift destroyeth the heart.
Yep.
All right? That's with these heathen nations too. It was a treat to you because, hey, as the brothers talk about these heathen nations, hey, and the so-called Chinese man right now, being in the midst of this boycott, what did they get? They got the treat of having businesses in the hood, making substance, being able to send money back home. All right, getting to build up their infrastructure.
They got protection.
Right, they had the protection. But this devil said, it's only so much protection that I'm going to offer you now. Why do you think Trump had, DJ Trump stop this wire transfers. You can't come over here and wire money freely back home. You can't help build up your economies while this economy is going to shit. You see, there was a time period that was allowed.
Yeah.
But he's now cutting off, and he's cut off this. That's been like the last 2-3 years. All right? He did that his first term, I believe. All right? Slowing down you taking the money away from the U.S. Okay? Now you people are ready to return back unto your land, though.
Well, they can. They got somewhere they can all go. But not Jake.
Right. These other nations, hey, are getting ready to return. Hey, we've seen nations on their exodus, but how much more in this day and time where it's only getting heightened? All these people are going to return. You have all these diplomats starting to return from certain regions. Russia already pulled all their people from U.S. All right? Everybody who's anybody, let's say it that way, that is of an importance, has already got the message to come back. You're better off at home. All right? How much more when these other nations start getting the message? What else is going to happen? FF event. All right? Tensions are heightening. You got it, Darash. No, there's a little bit more than that.
Verse 48, it says, "Thou hast followed her, that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the power."
All the works and the inventions this devil has done, and the capability that he has, all right, was not only, it was chiefly to lead you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds, astray. But it was also for the duality and the capability to give to these other heathen nations. Give them a little bit, but be able to apply more pressure on you, Jake. So by the time you get to Esau, Edom, you're already been worn down. It's the levels of his defense. You have to travel through all these levels before you get to the big boss. All right? You didn't just appear on the final level. You had to travel and go through these things to receive a understanding of that which you're about to go into. Because this devil has everything and everyone at his disposal. As a weapon, he's even got 2/3 of the nation of Israel as a weapon against the Lord's elect. Right?
It says here, verse 49, "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death."
Hey, and this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushai, as it is a plague and all this unto the nation of Israel, so it is to these other nations.
Well, it's the curses is getting lifted off Israel and getting on the heathens.
Right.
And they can't even handle that.
But in that time of the trading places where the curses are starting to pass, there's a point where you have to meet in the middle. We are now getting to that middle point.
Crossroads.
The crossroads. X marks the spot.
It's like the torch. Now it's your turn.
Right. Hey, in that X, there's always the most powerful part of an X is the center. Right? That's where all the stability lies, in the center, where the two roads meet. That's why this devil is going to receive everything as the trading places passing the torch. And we're gladly, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Adawan, Aratazah, we be those men. We're gladly gonna let them have that cup. all the drugs. Take it all down. Drink it all, not a drop. You're gonna drink it all.
Be like Edomite that be go. I think I don't know who he is. He be going around making giving people $100 if they drink that big ass Buzz Bowl.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna look.
Yeah.
They might get it down, but it's coming back good.
Right. Hey,
So you're gonna have to hold that down.
Yeah. You're gonna have to be like Adrian Broner when he was drinking and throwing up in the cup and keep on going.
That shit was great.
That shit was disgusting. That shit was disgusting.
That's what it's gonna be like. You know, it's gonna be hard to do that.
You know? Hey.
Fucked up.
Hey. All right, that was it, Darash? All right, with that, hey, we're going to go ahead and face the east. We're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, to the Bias, the house of David. The next time it's men of valor, saying Shalom, from Yasharallah, wa above, Shalom.
Let's go.